Hello and welcome. I'm Diana. This is Mindful Movement. Today our class is called Knees and Feet. We're going to visit them quite a bit with our movement, and I hope that that type of progression really supports you today. Today we have an option of starting on the seat of a chair. It could be a couch. We're going to bring our hips up about halfway on that surface, and we're going to bring our feet down to the ground to form a solid connection. Or you can move like me onto your back, taking a supine position, keeping your knees bent. We're going to let them drop in towards each other, and we want the soles of the feet firm on the ground. In whatever position you're in, go ahead and let your eyes become heavy or close all the way down. If you're in the supine position, draw one hand to your heart center, one hand to your belly center. And we're going to start with a breath practice. It's a 4-count inhale, a 2-count hold, and a 6-count release. And as you move through that breath practice, we're going to try to send that inhale all the way down the torso, through the hips, to the knees and feet. And then as we take that long exhale, we're going to try to soften and bring some relaxation through the lower extremities, particularly the toes, the heels, the ankles, and the knees. And so join me in just a regular breath in. Feel your hands expand on your belly and your chest. And open up your mouth. And then join me. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one time on your own. And if you'd rested your hands on your heart center, belly center, go ahead and open your arms up to cactus. And if you were seated in a chair, go ahead and make your way down into the supine position on your floor or mat surface. And we're going to begin by bringing our attention into the toes. So breathe in, spread your toes out wide from each other. Notice maybe your fingers want to do that too. And then exhale, squeeze your toes. Maybe you tuck them over and draw them close to each other. Good. Again, breathe in, separate your toes from each other, spread them out wide. Maybe your fingers get into action too. And then exhale, curl your toes. If you're making fists with your hands, that's totally natural. We're kind of making fists with our toes. One more time, breathe in, separate your toes from each other, reach your fingers out if you like joining, and then exhale, curl them in tightly and squeeze. Excellent. Go ahead and let your toes relax. If you had your knees touching, go ahead and separate them. And we're going to try to make a dome or an arch with the soles of our feet. So point your toes down and your heel down, so that the middle of your feet separates from your mat. And then exhale, press the middle and sole of your foot into the mat. Good. Again, breathe in, arch your feet off of the mat, toes and heels are down. Exhale, spread the foot out, press the middle of the foot down. One more time, try that dome shape in the sole of the feet. And then exhale, press the middle foot all the way down. Great work. Go ahead and toe heel your feet together and pick up your right knee, bring it into your chest, and take your right ankle through 3 circles clockwise and then counterclockwise, drawing the most smooth circular line you can muster with that big toe. Beautiful. Go ahead and set that right foot down, pick up the left knee, and circle for 1 and 2. How smooth can you draw that circle? And 3, and then take it the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Plant the soles of the feet down. Bring your arms out into a regular goalpost or cactus position with your fists and knuckles pointing to the sky. Draw your heels in a little closer to your hips, and then press down into the soles of your feet and elbows to lift into bridge. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. And then watch this. Press down through your toes, lift your heels. We're taking a calf raise in bridge. Breathe in, lift a little higher. Drop your heels and then lower your hips all the way down. Pause for a breath in and a breath out. Again, press down through your elbows and the soles of the feet, rise up into bridge. And then take your bridge calf raise, rise onto your toes and hold. Breathe in. And soften, heels and then hips, lower all the way down. Pause here for 1 breath in. And 1 breath out. Good, join me again. Root through the elbows and the feet, lift into bridge, and then little calf raise, rise onto your toes and squeeze. Lift a little higher on your inhale. Exhale, lower feet and hips, release. Draw your knees into your chest. Give them a nice tight squeeze. And gently rock your body side to side, kneecaps to the right and then left. And then start to bring some momentum through your spine as you rock and roll forward and back. We're going to gently and maybe somewhat awkwardly spin around to a kneeling position. And we're going to take a combination of knee flexibility and ankle and toe health here. So go ahead and join me, crossing your arms across your chest, tuck your toes under so that the toes point back towards your body and your heels point up to the sky. Take a breath in, find a neutral position through your neck and spine, and then exhale, sit your hips back towards your heels to stretch the soles of your feet and your toes. Pause here, breathe in, breathe out. Press your way all the way back up to that high kneel, and then untuck your toes so the tops of your feet are down. Take a breath in, and then exhale, stretch the front of your ankles with that backward seat. Pause here, breathe in, and breathe out. Beautiful, friends. Rise back up onto that full kneel. We're going to draw your right leg forward, find knees 90-90 angles, and then bring both hands to that right thigh. Take a breath in, and then exhale, send the middle of your kneecap right over your middle toes. Pause here. Keep your heel grounded so you feel the stretch through your Achilles tendon, and stay for the exhale. Come back up to your knees 90-90 neutral, and then exhale, press the kneecap forward. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Make your way up into the pause, knees 90-90, and then exhale, final press on this right side. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Make your way up, switch the kneeling leg. Bring the left leg forward, find your 90-degree angles, tall through your spine, and on your next exhale, press forward, middle of the kneecap over your middle toes. Keep the heel grounded. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Press back up, find your 90 degrees, And then exhale, press back into that stretch. One breath in, one breath out. Back up to neutral. And then last time, press forward, reach the middle of that kneecap over your toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Press back up to neutral. One more time through our toes and our ankle stretches. So tuck your toes under, crisscross forearms across your chest. Take a breath in and sit back, hips to heels on your exhale. One breath in, one breath out. Press up to your high kneel, unfurl your toes, tops of the feet down. Breathe in, exhale, take your seat. One breath in, one breath out. Beautiful, friends. Rock up, high kneel, arms long by your sides. We're gonna step our way straight into mountain pose at the top of your mat. Ground down through your right foot, tuck your left toes under, and step right up to mountain. Turn your palms to face forward. Relax your shoulder blades down and back. Soften the back of your neck. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then with your eyes open, we're gonna work a body weight shift. So bring some of your body weight into your toes, lighten your heels, and then bring body weight back to your heels, lighten your toes. 2 more times like that. Shift your weight forward, and then shift your weight back. Last time, notice if a vision point in front of you helps. Rock forward, and bring your body weight back. All right, the challenge continues. Close your eyes down, and we're gonna mimic that same shift. Maybe it's a little more subtle. Rock your body weight into your toes, and then pull it back into your heels. Good, 2 more times with the eyes closed down. Rock forward, and rock back. Last time, body weight shift. Weight to heels. And neutral. Open your eyes, breathe in, reach your arms high overhead, stretch and find space in the rib cage. Exhale, swan dive, arms wide, forward fold, catch your calves, give yourself the pull inward. Inhale, rise up to your halfway lift, extend your arms, find a lot of length through your spine. And then exhale, catch your calves again, pull yourself in, tuck your chin. Release your hands, curl up to stand, 1 vertebrae stacks at a time. Stretch the back of your neck and then come into mountain. Breathe in, sweep your arms high overhead again, lengthen through your ribs. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, hug your way in. Palms to shins, halfway lift, lengthen the whole spine. Exhale, fold even tighter than before, pull yourself in. Release your hands, 1 vertebrae stacks at a time. Rise your way up to mountain, shoulder blades drop down and back. Breathe in, sweep your arms high, reach for the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Hold yourself tightly in that embrace. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold inward. Rise your way up, arms and neck and head heavy until you get to the top. And then breathe in, sweep your arms high overhead. And exhale, draw your hands to prayer right at your chest center. And then go ahead and toe heel your feet to touch if they weren't already grounded. And then act as if there's a sheet of paper between your knees and you're gonna squeeze your inner thighs. So we're holding that sheet of paper and we're going to take a seat. Send both knees forward a little bit so there's a nice healthy ankle angle. Send your hips back and then open across your chest. Peel your shoulder blades down and back. Extend your left arm forward and take your right arm back into an open arm twist in chair pose. Look back at your right thumb, take a breath in, Drop deeper into your seat on the exhale. Sweep your right hand low, touch the fingertips down to the mat, stand all the way up, and then exhale, take your seat again, hands in prayer. Notice your kneecaps are maybe shadowing almost all of your feet, and then send your right arm forward, take your left arm back into that chair twist. Take a breath in, drop a little bit deeper, take your twist deeper to the left. Sweep the left fingertips down, touch the mat, stand all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, dive down, hug in. Inhale, palms to shins, take your halfway lift. And then this time, plant your palms down, step back to your high plank position, rock forward on the inhale. Exhale, drop the knees or lower all the way to your belly. Fingertips by your rib cage, lift up, cobra, squeeze your shoulder blades down and back. And then exhale, tuck your toes, press to your knees, and then into your downward facing dog. And we're giving our feet lots of attention today, so I'm going to have you try in this position to just lift and drop one heel and then the other, pedaling out through the feet. And then find symmetry from side to side. Lift the hips higher, send the chest back closer to the thighs, and then try rolling out to both pinky toes and then to both big toes. And then roll outward and inward. One more time, roll out towards the pinkies and in towards the big toes. Find the neutral foot position. Take a breath in. Open up your mouth. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, and then take a whole lot of steps to make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand all the way up, reach high. Exhale, open arm chair twist to the right. One breath in, one breath out. Sweep low, touch the right fingertips down, stand all the way up. Exhale, open arm chair twist to the left. One breath in, one breath out. Sweep the left fingertips down, rise all the way up. And then watch this, hands to prayer, step the right foot back, crescent lunge. And then extend your arms up, tuck your tailbone, and get really active in the musculature of that right leg, squeezing muscle to bone, and then playing around with the depth of bend right here in that left knee. Take a breath in, lift your chin, open across your chest, and then exhale, drop that right heel down, open to warrior two. Your arms are extensions of your shoulders. Flip your front palm, breathe in, reverse warrior, send your left arm to the sky. And then exhale, cartwheel your arms big. Plant your palms down, pop up on those right toes, and step the left foot to meet them. Rock forward, taking your high plank, and then exhale, lower down to your tummy. Breathe in, cobra, active through the shoulders, and then exhale, press to knees and toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, take a lot of steps to make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward bow. Stand all the way up, take a breath in. Exhale, open arm chair twist to the right. One breath in, one breath out. Touch the right fingertips down, take your seat and stand. Exhale, chair twist to the left. One breath in, one breath out. Touch down, sweep that hand low, rise all the way up. And then once again, pick up now that left leg and step back, crescent lunge. 5 deep breaths here. Once again, we're just active in all of the lower body tissue, squeezing muscle to the bone. Take a breath in, stretch across the chest, lift the chin, and then exhale, open up, warrior two. Set your gaze over your front middle finger, flip your palm, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior, reach up and back, and then cartwheel your arms high to low push up. You can take your chaturanga version if that's in your practice. Up dog or cobra on the inhale. Exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Pause here, take a big breath in, and then open up your mouth. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and take a walk to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand tall, reach high overhead. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Take your seat. One breath in, one breath out. Touch down on the inhale, reach up and high to the sky. Exhale, open arm chair twist to the left. One breath in, one breath out. Touch down and rise high right here through that extended mountain pose, and then bring your arms down to your sides, back into regular mountain. We're gonna take an ankle figure eight. I'm gonna face you for this, but you can continue facing towards the front of your space. You can drop down into a partial seat, and we're gonna take our ankles and our knees through a figure eight. So here's 1 and 2, 3. I always think that I look like I'm skiing slalom when I'm doing this. 5 and 6. Here's 7 and 8. Beautiful. Back up tall at the top of your mat. Take a breath in, lengthen your whole body. Exhale, forward fold, dive down, tuck your chin. Breathe in, take your halfway lift. And then exhale, plant your hands down, step back to your high plank, rock forward. Your version, exhale as you lower. Breathe in through your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Open up your mouth, release. Breathe in, look forward towards your hands. Exhale, bend your knees. We're gonna walk up about half or all of the space, and then take your seat and lie all the way down onto your back. Draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop wide. Bring a hand to heart center, belly center. And use these moments to let the breath lengthen from top to bottom, from crown of the head to soles of the feet. reach down with your palms, bring them to the outside of your thighs and draw your legs together. Then slide your feet out wide and drop your knees inward on each other. Play around with the distance of the soles of the feet from each other, but also the distance of the feet from the hips. So I'm showing you that example, but the stretch might be different if the feet are in closer versus actually further from the hips. So you can play around with that position and then find that knees collapsing inward sensation that brings a deep stretch to the outer hips. And then go ahead and separate the knees from each other. Leave the feet where they are. And then we're going to take a shin box or a knees 90-90. It's also called dynamic deer. You can bring your arms out to your goal post or your T shape. And we'll go ahead and toggle those knees side to side for 3. And then when you're ready, find a stationary relaxation through both knees pointed to the same direction. Maybe your chin comes over to the shoulder facing the opposite way. And then gently bring your knees back up through the midline and drop them over to the other side, turning your chin off to the other shoulder, relaxing through your head and neck, but also relaxing through your hips, your abdomen, your low back. Letting gravity gently coax those knees a little closer to the floor on that side that they're pointed towards. And then gently draw your kneecaps back up through the center and slide your feet out long in front of you. Bring your arms down to a comfortable 45-degree angle or so from the body. Palms face up, eyes closed down. Begin to bring some life back into the extremities by wiggling the fingers, and especially today the toes. And gently nod your head from side to side. And sweep your arms overhead. Bring your legs together, point your toes out long. See if you can point your toes so fiercely that you can stretch the front of your ankles. Take a breath in. Open up your mouth. And gently roll off to your favorite side, taking a fetal position. And then use the strength of your arms to press your way up to a seat. And the invitation stands as always to take any additional restful postures or deep stretches that would serve you in your day today. Thank you so much for joining me for Mindful Movement. I loved having you. And if you had any questions, you can email those to me at diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. And I hope you go forward with a wonderful rest of your day. And I can't wait to catch up with you soon in our next live or recorded class. Until then, take great care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.